The clock is ticking down to the 2020 election, and tonight is the final debate between President Trump and Joe Biden. Plus, traffic is once again flowing on the Loop 101 in Scottsdale after a deadly wrong-way crash. And here comes Cher, the superstar, is heading right here to Arizona. 12 at 12 starts right now. 12 minutes, no commercials, and now we are live statewide, so a big shout out to all of our viewers. We're on TV and on the go on the 12 News app, Facebook, and YouTube. Hello, it's Trisha here. It's already been a busy day. Let's get to hashtag most clicked. Here are the stories piquing everyone's interest right now. The Loop 101 has reopened after being shut down for multiple hours, throwing a curveball at the morning commute. Look at that. A wrong-way crash involving a motorcycle shut down the northbound lanes near Indian School Road. DPS confirms one person died. Another is in custody. Impairment is believed to be a factor. And the Arizona Department of Health Services has released the latest numbers on the coronavirus here in Arizona. Today, there are 994 new cases of COVID-19, with an additional 5 deaths being reported. Now, that brings the total number of Arizona COVID cases since the start of the pandemic to nearly 235,000. And one man is in the hospital after Phoenix police shot him. It happened at about 1 o'clock this morning near 35th Avenue and Washington Street. Police tell us leading up to the shooting, the man led officers on a pursuit armed with a rifle. No officers were hurt in all of this. And developing now, we have new developments in a tragic shooting that killed a 1-year-old baby in Mesa. Mesa police confirmed their officers carried out a search warrant, all in connection to that shooting last week. Here's Team 12's Jen Wall with the details.
We are outside of an apartment complex near 7th Avenue in Alta Vista. This is where Mesa police confirmed their officers served a search warrant in connection with a deadly shooting that happened in their city last week. Authorities found a gray Kia Soul in this area, and the car was towed around 11 p.m. last night. Police previously said the shooter drove away from the scene in a Kia Soul. The deadly attack happening when a shooter opened fire into a crowd at a food truck event in Mesa on Friday. 7 people, including 4 children, were hurt, and 1-year-old Sebastian Duran died from his injuries in the hospital just 2 days later. His family, as you can imagine, heartbroken.
My brother and his wife, they're destroyed. The people need to understand that they took a piece of their heart away.
Mesa Police and ATF have offered a $20,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of the suspect here in this case. We also have GoFundMe pages on our website, 12news.com, for all of the victims involved. For now, we're in Phoenix. Jen Wall, 12 News.
Such a heartbreaking story. All right, Jen, thank you. Now to Decision 2020. With just 12 days to go until the election, President Trump and opponent Joe Biden will go head-to-head for one last time tonight, right here on NBC. In tonight's final debate, the two are expected to spar about the pandemic, the economy, and national security. Ahead of tonight's debate, national polling shows Biden leading the president by just a few points with voters. Tonight's debate will be at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. It will be moderated by NBC's Kristen Welker. After the first debate was widely criticized over interruptions, the commission decided to add a mute button. I'm sure you're not surprised, right? This isn't the first time that there's been an argument, though, over cutting mics. Let's connect the dots.
The Presidential Debate Commission added a new element to the debate format. Let's connect the dots. Each candidate's microphone will be muted while the other has 2 minutes to answer a question. That doesn't mean there won't be a chance for verbal sparring. During the open discussion portion of the debate, which is the majority of the 90-minute format, both mics will be open. This promptly claims that the bipartisan commission is biased, but the chairman says they aren't doing anything radical. Instead, they're enforcing a rule both candidates agreed to, that there would be no interrupting during the first 4 minutes after a question, a rule the commission says both candidates violated. This isn't the first time there's been an argument over cut mics at a debate. In 1980, Ronald Reagan complained about attempts to turn off his microphone during a primary debate. When moderators tried to turn off his mic, Reagan turned to the audience and asked, "Is this thing on?" The crowd roared in approval, and the microphone was never turned off. And that is connecting the dots.
It will definitely be interesting. First Lady Melania Trump is still recovering from COVID-19, but she is expected to attend tonight's debate. All of the president's children have been rallying voters in battleground states, but the First Lady has yet to campaign for the president this year. Tuesday, she canceled her first campaign appearance because she still wasn't feeling well. You can catch the debate starting at 6 o'clock tonight right here on 12 News. And make sure to stick around for a Decision 2020 Plan Your Vote special at 8 p.m., followed by 12 News at 9 and 10. If you plan to vote in person, more voting centers are opening up today. Maricopa County plans to open 41 new voting centers, bringing the total to 48. You can drop off a ballot at any voting center. And here's a look at several more important dates coming up. Tomorrow is the last day to request a ballot by mail. You can ask for one to be mailed to you on the Secretary of State's website. Just make sure you do that before 5 p.m. Friday. The last day to mail back that ballot is October 27th, and you'll be able to start voting on weekends starting this Saturday. So quite a few options there. We've put everything you need to know about Decision 2020 in one easy-to-find place on our website. Just head over to 12news.com/planyourvote. The Biden campaign getting some celebrity power here in Arizona. Actress and activist Kerry Washington and her husband, All-Pro football player Nnamdi Asomugha, are expected to campaign here in Arizona tomorrow. Superstar Cher also scheduled to be here Sunday. The three are expected to encourage Arizonans to vote early and promote Joe Biden's presidential campaign. Cooler temps and even a chance of rain in the forecast. What? That's a nice surprise. Crystal, it sounds too good to be true.
No, somebody didn't accidentally kick the sprinkler and point it right into the pool. Those are real raindrops, but this is a throwback photo to August 20th. 66 days ago was the last time we had measurable rain in the valley. Make it 54 days for Tucson. But rain would be a sight for sore eyes in Parker. You'd have to go all the way back to March since the last time it rained there. And it's closing in on 200 days without measurable rain in Yuma and Lake Havasu. All of that could change. Our dry spell could come to a screeching halt by the end of this weekend into early next week, as we have not only a rainmaker, but it has more tricks up its sleeve. It could also be a snowmaker for our higher elevations, throw some thunderstorms into the mix. In all, we could wind up with some sprinkles to as much as a half of an inch of rainfall in our desert locations. Rain gauges could fill up to more than an inch in our mountains, and snow levels will get dragged down to their lowest Tuesday morning. As low as 5,000 feet, we could see those flakes fly. Today, as far as the temperatures go, we do not have plans of taking it where we did yesterday. We hit the highest marks for temperatures in our nation yesterday in Casa Grande and Tucson, pulling off double nines. How about low 90s? Much better in the valley in southern Arizona as temperatures simmer down each day. We'll be lowering it down to 72 to kickstart your weekend in the White Mountains. 60s are in the cards for you tomorrow. In northern Arizona, we'll be adding in those clouds, and then with the chances for rain and higher elevation snow, by early next week, we could be seeing the lowest temperature readings since March.
We'll take all the wet weather we can get. Much needed. Crystal, thank you. October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and the Paint Phoenix Purple campaign is going strong. We're even wearing purple today to call attention to the rise in domestic violence in our community. Already this year, 36 people in Phoenix have died as a result of domestic violence. And Phoenix police officers have responded to more than 31,000 domestic violence calls. But there is help out there. Just head to paintphoenixpurple.org for resources to make a positive difference in our community. Do you have any Coca-Cola connections? I don't, unfortunately. Maybe you do. We're asking because a Valley man with Down syndrome's traditional birthday plans had to be canceled because of COVID-19. Today is his birthday, and his family would absolutely like to make his celebration unforgettable. Team 12's Jen Walls shows us their special request.
Brendan has an all-around great energy his family and friends adore.
He's the most lovable, sweetest, unconditional, loving person I've ever met.
So as his 35th birthday arrives in the middle of a pandemic, having Down syndrome and being immunocompromised squashed his traditional Vegas birthday trip. He also lost his dad less than a year ago.
Really been very hard to process that loss for him, and so we needed to find a way that we could give him something special this year.
So Jennifer made this post on Nextdoor asking if anyone had connections to Coca-Cola. The Big Vegas store is his favorite birthday spot, and she's hoping a Coca-Cola bear will pay Brendan a special visit to celebrate.
Would love to just see the smile on his face, to be able to have that picture with the bear.
And in the meantime, Brendan's family is making new, safer party plans.
Just kind of do a Vegas theme and have some slot machines because of course he loves the sound of all the bells and whistles.
All while holding out hope for that big bear hug for Brendan's birthday. Jen Wall, 12 News.
Fingers crossed Coca-Cola can come through on this one. Happy birthday. Well, if you have a way to help make this special surprise happen, connect@12news.com. That's the email. Again, connect@12news.com. Well, it's the last call for turkey legs, funnel cakes, and fry bread. This weekend is your last chance to indulge on your favorite fair foods at their drive-thru. Yes, drive-thru. If you haven't heard, the Arizona State Fair is also encouraging visitors to bring non-perishable food items to donate to the St. Mary's Food Bank, which has been extremely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The drive-thru will be open at the fairgrounds today and tomorrow from noon to 9 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's closed Saturday for the early voting ballot drive-thru drop-off. Those funnel cakes, calling my name.